Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to do a really quick video teaching some sales tips from a seminar that I used to host. You guys will believe it or not, it was called the Ultimate Business Crash Course for Dummies. And yes, I actually dressed up like a construction worker. We taught everything from social media. We taught marketing, online sales, and recruiting. So it was kind of like a one-day event where we taught everything that you would need to know when it comes to business. So I want to give you three, and then I'm going to give my group Club 100. I'm going to train them the other seven because I have 10 secrets that I talk about on sales and recruiting because I believe they're the same thing. In case you guys don't know this, all sales is a definition. All the definition of sales is a transfer of a belief from one person to another. You like that, Mark? I knew you would like I haven't brought out the robe and the crown in so long. It was time for me to bring it back. But basically, all leadership to me is the same as well. When you're able to get other people to believe in what you believe in, that's all you're doing is selling, is transferring your belief on something to another individual. That is all. Now, there's some different strategies, there's different secrets to how to do that and how to be good at it. And bottom line is, if you can't close, you got to close your business, because that's what it comes down to. A lot of people, what I'm learning is that even for our clients and for people that we work for over the years, getting leads, not really that hard. And anybody that's in my group knows that now. What you really need to learn is how to sell, how to close leads, how to close sales, right? And because every time you're talking to a person, the minute you have that first beginning conversation, what's up, Lorraine? What's up, Jennifer? You're starting selling right from the beginning. So let's go over into them. First one I want to talk about is number 5 on our list. Number 5 of 10 is telling is not selling. If you want to be good at sales, most of the time you're asking good questions. And a lot of times what I see when it comes to people selling, whether in business, whether in network marketing, whether it's someone that does phone calls, cold calling, whatever, they go right into telling people why they should buy their product or service. They go right into telling them what they need to do, right? At the end of the day, that's not going to make any sales. Like, we've been teaching this since when I had sales teams in 2007, 2006, even before that, when we were teaching people in 2002, we were telling them telling is not selling. What does that mean? That means that instead of you just throwing up all over an individual, how about ask them a couple of questions? How about learn about their situation? Because in order for me to solve their problem or sell them a solution, I probably first got to get them to realize they have a problem. And you don't do that by talking and talking and talking. You do better, and this is a leadership tip as well, you lead with your ears. I'm spending more time trying to ask questions, trying to understand the person, trying to feel where they're from, where they come from, before I even go to even offering the solution, right? Because a lot of the times what people do is they shoot too early. They try to offer the person the solution before they diagnose the problem. So we'll go way back when I used to have a sales force. They used to sell smoke detectors and fire extinguishers for me. We had them fill out this little form where it would go through the house, and they would do a whole complete survey of the person's home, and they would basically look where they have fire equipment, where they don't have fire equipment, and literally do little red marks all over the thing. And at the end, they would basically teach the individual, okay, it looks like you don't have this, and that. And here's what the problem's going to be if you have a fire. Here's where you're not safe on this part of your home. So then at the end of the day, when they sell them the system, the solution, they can resonate with it, or it makes sense to them, because at the end of the day, they're like, okay, I get it now, but you didn't spend the time asking them questions, trying to figure out where they're at. And whatever you sell, no matter what product or service, telling is not selling. Ask more questions is the moral of the story. Ask more questions. Even when I was doing seminars back in the day, one of the things I made sure that I did, I used to clock myself how many questions I would ask during my seminar. Because the more questions that I ask, you're getting the person to think, and you're getting them to believe it's their idea, and you're getting them to actually resonate with the information because you're making them think, end of the day. So start asking more questions, start leading with your ears, listen to the person. I was sat down with this guy that was trying to sell me a network marketing opportunity. This was like about 3 weeks ago. We met at a Bona Beef. He's no longer my friend. Wasted my time. Said he wanted to look at the advertisement. Really, he just wanted to pitch me his energy business. And every time I would talk, instead of him listening to what my problem was or why I would not take the offer, he kept talking. That's what I'm talking about. He kept going on explaining how great his opportunity was, and kept explaining how great the commissions were. And he kept explaining how great the car program was, and all the great vacations they take, and all the people they go with. Telling. Not selling. Selling is asking me questions, getting me to think, listening to my responses, trying to get it to figure out where the real problem lays. And then at the end, now that they finally realize they have a problem, now I can give them a solution, right? So the next one, you guys will like this one. Go for the no. Maybes are for the lazy salesman. Go for the no. Most business owners salespeople never get to the no. They get to the maybes. They get to, not right now. They get to let me talk to this person later. Let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my grandma. Let me talk to my cousin. I got to talk to my kids. Maybe after Easter, maybe next month, maybe next year. Like, they go through all these scenarios with people, but they never try to get the no. Actually, what ends up happening when you try to push for the no, you end up getting more yeses, or you get to the end where they finally get to the moral of the story, they'll be yesing you or not, right? At the end of the day, if you want to be good at sales, you got to be ready for the no. I want the no. Because even if they say no, I can always come back with, why is that? Why did you say no? And then we can go right back into the scenario. But at the end of the day, if you're spending all your time, you're going to be very frustrated and stressed out if you're in sales, if you keep accepting maybes. Because a lot of times what people will do that are in sales, and they have someone that seems excited and wants the offer and wants the solution to their problem. But then right when they get down to the sale part, that person starts giving you excuses and starts giving you delays and starts telling you they're going to do this and do that. Or maybe let's think about this, or can I call you next year or next week or whatever. See, that's a maybe. You end up basically delaying it, the no. It's a no. If they were really sold, you can't lose somebody you didn't have sold already. So I don't know why. And when you go through the whole scenario and the person comes up with millions of excuses of why they can or cannot do there, or why they want to wait, or whatever their reasoning is, why you can't just come back and say, hey, if it's a no, that's fine. I'm not offended by that, but just say no. And here's what ends up happening. The people will usually tell you the real reason why they're not making the decision now. So it's not really a no. It's more of they want to delay. They want to procrastinate. How many of you guys know people that procrastinate and people that basically will BS you for 27 years, right? That's what people do, because you allow them to do that, because they know from the beginning you're a person that's not looking, I like that word, commitment. You're a person that's looking for a decision maker. You're not looking to delay it and play games. I'm not going to play footsie with you for the next year. Either it's a yes or a no, man. That's it. And then if it's a no, why not? Because then I'll really know what the problem is, and then I can finally get to the bottom line and get a sale. And when you go for the no, you'll be surprised that you get more yeses, because no is final. And nobody wants it to be final. They just don't want to do it right now. And unfortunately for you, we don't got time for that, right? We don't got time to wait for them to make a decision, because if a person's going to be wishy-washy now, they're going to be wishy-washy later. It's the truth. I've worked with thousands of people. I've done so many interviews. I've had so many people on my sales team. I've recruited so many different types of people. I've had so many different types in my webinars, seminars, coaching groups, all different personalities. And all this, it doesn't matter. Give me no, man. And a lot of times what you'll end up when you finally put them down to it, they don't ever say no. All right, next. This is a good one. Number 10, qualify before you testify. Most people, the reason why they suck at sales is not because they don't have all these major skills and they're not good, or they're not confident, or they're afraid, or they don't want to put pressure on people. So you hear people say that doing sales. If you're really good at selling, there's no pressure. There's no pushing. It's like, I'm making you an offer to your problem. If you're dying and I offer you a pill, and this is the pill that's going to save you, don't have to do much. I'm trying to sell you to repaint your house and it looks horrible, and you had me come over to check out your house, and now it's looking through the whole house and giving you a quote. The only reason why you wouldn't make a sale at that point is because, again, I didn't get to the bottom line. Why not now? What's the reason holding you back? What's the real reason? And then we can discuss it and go over there. But number 10 is qualify before you testify. Too many people out there talking to people that weren't qualified from the beginning, trying to sell them, whether the product or service, trying to sell them your opportunity, whatever that may be. And they weren't even qualified from the get-go. They weren't even anyway interested. You just thought any human being that has a pulse and a wallet is a customer or someone that I could sell to. And the answer is no. No. Yeah, money's never really the issue. It's just that's the excuse they use because they know you'll accept it. Or for some of you guys that don't know this, and my wife knows because we used to run sales teams a lot. And it's funny that when you put a salesperson, put a little pressure on them, everybody in their family dies. Grandmas are getting knocked out left and right. kids are dying. I once had a guy tell me that his grandson drowned. And then later on, when I called him on it like a month later, he forgot he told me that lie. And then basically, oh, yeah, his nephew never died. The grandma never died, right? So hopefully you guys learn from these. Let's do a recap. Number 5 is telling is not selling. That means stop talking and start asking more questions and have a conversation with a person and stop trying to sell them and close them already, because they might not even be someone that you want to talk to. When it comes to number 10, if I haven't qualified before I testify, I don't even want to even offer them a solution until I know that they're the right candidate and they're a person that fits into my criteria and this person really needs my solution. I don't know that yet. Don't know that yet. And I won't know that until I ask enough questions, right? And then obviously number 7 is go for the no. Stop accepting maybes, stop accepting delays, stop accepting let's talk later. Because if the person was really serious about taking action, what's gonna change in another week? They're still gonna have the problem, right? They're still not gonna have a solution to the problem they have, right? It's kind of like when we're selling the solar panel. Like, it's either you want to pay electric bills, right, or you want to have it free or your system to pay for it, and it's less than what you're paying for. So there's really no other delay after that. It's like it's a no-brainer. It makes no sense. You know, I hate that term, but you get what I'm saying. So qualify before you testify. Stop talking to people that don't even want it in the first place. You'll know if the person's qualified because you made them go through some kind of process. And of course, we teach this in Club 100, and I teach this to all the people that I've worked with and trained with in seminars and groups and whatnot and clients. So hopefully you guys got something from these three. And for the rest, for the Club 100 members, we'll be teaching the other 7 in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Talk to you guys later.